Hi everyone, welcome back to Dimitra's Dishes. It's Meatless Monday, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to use up your leftovers and make these delicious chickpea patties. You can also call them fritters, but you know what? I call them delicious because that's what they are. So just a few days ago, I taught you guys how to make revithada, which is my fabulous chickpea stew that's roasted in the oven. So I had some in my fridge the other day and I wanted to create a new recipe with it, so this was born. If you don't have revithada in your fridge, you can do this whole thing with canned chickpeas or already cooked chickpeas. If you like to boil your own, you do you and go ahead and use those. It's just so good. Let's go over the ingredients so we can get started. We'll be using 1 egg, some panko breadcrumbs, some finely sliced scallions, leftover chickpea stew. You can use leftover chickpea soup, whatever you have, or a can of chickpeas, salt, pepper, some chopped Kalamata olives, and lots of fresh parsley, and some oil for frying. This all begins in the food processor. I'm gonna add the parsley and the Kalamata olive, and I'm gonna pulse this until they're finely chopped. That's great. Now I'm gonna add the leftover chickpeas. The whole stew goes in with carrots and everything. I'm gonna pulse this until they're finely chopped. And that's what it should look like. I'm just gonna transfer everything into a big mixing bowl. Now I'm just gonna whisk up this egg and go ahead and add it to my mixture along with the panko breadcrumbs and the sliced scallions. And then I'm just gonna mix this all up until it's combined. It's gonna still be a little bit on the wet side, so I forgot to mention that we also are gonna be using a little bit of flour in this recipe. Now you're gonna put as much flour as needed for the mixture to kind of stick together, so that just depends. So I'll start with about 1/4 cup, and that just might be enough. I'm just gonna keep mixing this. And I'm also gonna season with a little bit of salt and some freshly ground black pepper. This does need a lot of seasoning because the stew is so flavorful. If you were to be using some canned chickpeas, then lots more flavors would be needed. So you would need more salt, more pepper, maybe a clove of garlic or 2. I'm gonna add another tablespoon or so of all-purpose flour, so that way they hold up when we go and pan fry them. We don't want them falling apart. And that feels good to me. This is what you're looking for. You're looking for them to hold their shape when you go ahead to roll them out. Go ahead and form your patties with about a quarter cup of the mixture. You can form little meatballs with these if you like. Go ahead and put some oil in a pan and make sure it's heating over medium-high heat. I like to use cast iron just because it just holds the heat perfectly. Then we're gonna go ahead and pan fry these until they're golden on both sides. Once they're done, put them on a tray or plate lined with paper towels to absorb the oil and let them cool a little bit. Now it's time to taste these. Now once you pan fry them, let them cool a little bit before you serve them because they're gonna be really hot. I like to serve mine with a side of tzatziki sauce, but you can serve it with whatever you want. You could even serve these with a little marinara sauce or in a sandwich. You guys can make a pita out of these by putting these in pita bread with some lettuce, tomato, onions, tzatziki sauce, or maybe even an avocado sauce if you want to keep it vegan. But I need to take a bite because I'm about to start drooling. So many flavors. It does not even taste like there are chickpeas in here. It kind of tastes like they're meaty. You don't really know what's in there, but they are very flavorful. The parsley just makes everything so nice and fresh. You can put some mint in here if you like, or even some basil. Switch this up and make it however you enjoy it. They're so flavorful, they're pretty healthy, loaded with vegetables and nutrition. Go on over to my website, www.dimitrasdishes.com, and print this recipe, or you can go ahead and get the recipe underneath in the description box down below. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section and what you'd like to learn how to make next. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I'll see you all next time. Yes, us.